Hello everyone, Dave Barton here. We're doing the August newsletter and so much going on. We're doing construction at the hospital. We have construction on roads all over the place, so lots of construction. Thanks for your patience with that. We're just trying to get as much done in this construction season as we possibly can. So thanks for your patience. I'm going to talk a little bit about AMO, and that's when a whole bunch, there's the 444 municipalities get together and meet with their provincial counterparts. They meet with each other and we talk about a whole bunch of different things. So this was a busy year for us. We do these little delegations and they're sort of 15-minute meetings with different ministries about different topics. And this year, we started the conference. I spoke with Minister Jill Dunlop and her parliamentary assistant and one of her staff all about emergency management. And I gave the people in the room, there are a couple hundred people there, real world examples of what we experienced with the tornado, so that they would sort of learn from things that we did right and things that we would have done differently. So some really great points, and it was just great to speak with my friend Jill Dunlop as part of that group. We also had delegations with the Ministry of Health, where we talked about the new hospital, long-term care, where we talked about the new hospital. You'll notice there's significant construction going on there, and that will continue for the foreseeable future. We talked to the Deputy Minister of Energy and Mines, and there we talked about natural gas expansion. So we got natural gas to Sanford, and we're looking after some of the farms in that area. But what we're really interested in is getting up to Lockheed Farms at the 4th concession and Zephyr and Leaksdale and Eudora and Wagner's Lake. So we continue to work on that. We met with some of our friends from Enbridge to try and figure out the best way to get that done. We met with Rural Affairs about our downtown and gave them an update about where we're at, and lots happening with that I won't talk about in this one. We also spoke to the Minister of Agriculture, and we talked about what was really important to our farmers. So we talked about road infrastructure to make sure that they can get their equipment to and from farms. We talked about reduction in taxes and red tape. We talked about more processing capacity for all types of animals, but especially big ones like cattle. And a number of other kind of red tape things that are making it more difficult to be a farmer. We met with tourism, and we talked with them about what we're doing to promote movie and tourism business here at Uxbridge. Natural resources, we talked about how important it is. We're in the Oak Ridges Moraine, there's lots of gravel here. We just want to make sure that the gravel companies and Uxbridge are working along with the province the best way we possibly can. We also talked about some of our concerns about fill and ways that we can do that better. We met with Environment, all about the park and all the great news with that. And then we met with the Ministry of Infrastructure, just talking about the complexities around being a small greenbelt municipality with limited growth and how hard it is to navigate that. Just as an example, we spend 80% of our infrastructure dollars on roads and bridges, where if you're looking at other municipalities in the south, that number might be more like 20%. So it's very different up here, and we wanted to make sure they understood that. And then we also met with the Ministry of Transportation about what to do with our rail line going forward. We don't anticipate any trains running on that for 25 to 50 years. We have old rails and ties there, and we're asking them to remove them so that we can use that to make a trail from Uxbridge to Stouffville. So that's some of the stuff we're working on. Now you will notice that we did not meet with the Ministry of Sport and Tourism. And that is because we have an announcement. Today is August 26th. We have an announcement a little bit later today about our pool project, and it's going to be awesome. So we'll do another video just about that. But great things happening in Uxbridge. Thank you so much for your support. We encourage you to ask questions. Just submit them to mayor@uxbridge.ca, and we'll answer them as part of this video. Thanks, folks. All the best.
Hello, everyone. This is a continuation of my August newsletter video. I ended that one by saying we did not meet with the Minister of Sport. And the reason we didn't is we had already worked on this. We had already planned the date, but we received $7.73 million to build a new pool. So when you take that and our development charges and some interesting financing, we are going to be building a new pool, replacing this old Ux pool that's over 50 years old, and we're going to build it almost in the same location, but it's going to go from here. You want to move the camera with me, Jen? So from here over this way in this field, we will lose a diamond, but we do have more than enough diamonds in here. It will come with a new playground and lots of landscaping and parking lots. So there's lots happening, folks. But I want to thank Minister Lumsden, the Minister of Sport. I want to thank our amazing MPP, Peter Bethlenfalvy. He's been a true champion for Uxbridge. He's working hard for us every day. So thanks to Minister Bethlenfalvy. And thanks to all of the people that use this facility. And you've been advocating with us and with our MPP's office and also our federal ministers to look for ways for funding a new pool like this. And thanks to all of you for using this facility. This is where we all learned to swim. This is where we took swimming lessons. This is where our kids, our grandkids work. This is where we rehab from new knees and hips. This is a true community place. And the fact that we'll be able to make it bigger and better, and from a financial perspective, something that's going to last for the next 50 years and more, it's unbelievable. So thanks to all of you for advocating. And I'm going to just kind of walk through what this is going to be, if you don't mind. So, all right. So this is what it will look like inside. So it's going to be really wide open. It's 25 lanes by 8, so 8 25-meter lanes. That's right here. We have all the change rooms that you need here. This is a therapy pool right here. So it'll be a lot warmer. So great for aquafit, great for kids swimming lessons. And then you'll notice we're also going to have a sport area here that will be perfect for pickleball, basketball. We do so much with youth programming. This is a great way to do it. This is what it will look like from the outside. And this is where it will fit. So the senior center's here, the curling club is here, and the Ux pool will be here. The existing pool is right here. So it's part of it's on the same thing, and we're planning to find a way to keep both open during construction so that we move from one to the other before we lose the old Ux pool. This is amazing news, folks, and we're doing it in a really cost-effective way. We looked at ways to keep this building, and when we did the math to build onto this, to do some repairs, it was significantly more expensive to keep the old facility than to tear it down and start from scratch. So this is the best financial way to do it. It's even better financially than trying to just maintain the existing pool. Again, we couldn't do this without the province's help. And thanks to all of you for advocating for this. If you have any questions, email mayor@uxbridge.ca, and we'll add this to the September newsletter. Thanks, folks.